Manifesting isn't magic, it's alignment in action. Welcome to the Awakened Soul Co podcast, where spirituality meets strategy and your energy becomes the blueprint of your reality. On March 23rd, 2006, the movie The Secret was released. I had previously followed motivational speakers and did many hours of self-development in my past. Some of the people I followed were in this movie. Do you guys remember DVDs? If you do, you know how excited I was to get my copy of the movie. I remember watching it for the first time. Excited after seeing the movie, I did what most people did and watched it over again, afraid I would have missed some vital information. When I first learned about the law of attraction, I thought it was about thinking positive thoughts and waiting for magic to happen. I made vision boards, I wrote affirmations, I waited, and nothing really changed. What I eventually learned is that the law of attraction isn't about sitting back and hoping. It's about becoming the energetic match for the life you want and then pairing that with aligned, intentional action. That's where manifestation actually starts working. The law of attraction is a principle of resonance. The energy you hold internally shapes what you experience externally. This isn't wishful thinking. It's aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions so they're in sync with your vision. The truth is, consistency matters more than occasional high vibe moments. You can't spend 5 minutes visualizing abundance and then the rest of the day worrying about your bills. Your dominant frequency is what sets the tone, not the fleeting moments of positivity. The people who see the most powerful results aren't chasing, they're embodying. They're creating lifestyles, environments, and relationships that already feel like their vision. It's less about asking for what you want and more about living as if it's already here. And here's the key: self-awareness. If you can't even imagine yourself living the life you want, your energy won't support it. That's why shadow work, emotional regulation, and healing are essential. Finally, surrender. Set your attention, align your energy, and take the steps that feel right, and then release the how and when. That's where trust becomes your secret weapon. Let's bust some of the most common myths about manifestation. Just think positive and it'll come. Positive thinking helps, but without belief and action, it's like planting seeds and never watering them. You can control everything with your mind. You can influence your reality, but you're still co-creating with the universal timing, free will, and bigger energetic patterns. If it hasn't happened, you're doing it wrong. Sometimes delays are protections or redirections. The universe isn't punishing you, it's aligning you. You can't have negative thoughts. You're human. The goal isn't to eliminate negativity. It's to notice it, redirect it, and not camp out there. Vision boards are enough. Visualization is a tool, but without action, it's just a pretty picture on your wall. Reframing a scarcity mindset. Scarcity says there's not enough for me. Abundance says there's more than enough for everyone. The single reframe can shift your entire energetic field. Scarcity often comes from old conditioning, family beliefs, societal norms, or past experiences of lack. The first step is to simply become aware of them when you're in scarcity mode. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't afford this, try shifting to, I'm choosing not to invest in this right now because my resources are flowing towards something even more aligned. That puts you in a place of empowerment. Gratitude is your instant access point to abundance. Focus daily on what's already working in your life. Surround yourself with evidence of abundance in nature, in opportunities, and the kindness of people. Worthiness. Here's the most overlooked part of manifestation: self-worth. If you don't believe you're worthy of your desire, you will subconsciously reject it. Worthiness isn't something you earn, it's something you claim. You build it by honoring your own boundaries, keeping promises to yourself, and refusing to shrink to make others comfortable. When you feel worthy, you stop settling for almost right situations. You wait for what's aligned, and that waiting is powerful. Affirmations like I am worthy of all I desire can help, but they must be backed by your actions. Live as though your worth is non-negotiable. The role of aligned action. Think of it this way. Manifestations without action is like mapping a road trip and never starting the car. You need movement. Aligned action doesn't mean grinding or forcing. It means acting on those intuitive nudges, those little hits of inspiration, and those opportunities that make your heart expand. Sometimes it's as small as making a phone call or clearing space in your home to welcome something new in. The energy you take action with matters just as much as the action itself. Move from certainty, not lack. Every action you take is a signal to the universe saying, I'm ready. How belief and energy work together. Belief is the blueprint. Energy is the electricity. You need both. Without belief, your energy wobbles. Without energy, your belief has no momentum. That is why, when doubt creeps in, your vibration dips. You can strengthen your belief through repetition, surrounding yourself with supportive environments, messages, and people. And you can maintain your energy through practices like meditation, breath work, and movement. Energy is contagious, so protect yours fiercely. Attraction versus becoming. A lot of people approach manifestation with the mindset of attracting something that's over there, as if it's far away and you need to somehow pull it towards you. But here's the thing. That language alone creates a sense of separation between you and what you want. It keeps it in the future. Becoming is different. Becoming is stepping into the identity of the person who already has the thing you desire. It's not about waiting or reaching. It's about living now as though it's already yours. When you truly step into that identity, everything about how you move through this world begins to shift. Your choices become different because they're based on where you're going, not where you've been. Your habits evolve to match the lifestyle you're calling in. Even your energy, your presence, your posture changes because you're no longer operating from a place of lack or longing. You're acting, speaking, and showing up from a place of certainty. But becoming often requires letting go of parts of yourself that can't exist in the reality you're stepping into. Maybe it's the old habit of second-guessing yourself. Maybe it's the identity of the struggling one or the overlooked one. You can't take those versions of you into the new chapter because they're not compatible with it. That's why manifestation is so deeply tied to self-transformation. You're not just changing your circumstances, you're becoming someone new in the process. The beauty of this shift is that once you start living as the version of yourself, you stop obsessing over how and when. You're not sitting there waiting for the phone to ring or the opportunity to show up. You're already embodying the energy that magnetizes it. The right people, resources, and moments naturally begin to flow towards you because your frequency is a match for them. And that's when the line between manifesting and simply being starts to blur, because the two become one and the same. Let's go from attracting to becoming to embodying your highest self. When most people start with manifestation, they begin in attracting mode. This is when you see your desires as something separate from you, out there in the future, and you're trying to pull it towards you. It's a good starting point, but it's also the slowest route because it reinforces the belief that you don't already have it. The next level is becoming. Here you step into the identity of the version of you that already lives the reality you desire. You don't wait for the external thing to show up before you feel it. You shift your habits, your language, and your daily energy to match the future version now. But then there's an even higher level, and this is where your higher self comes in. Your higher self already exists in a reality where your desire is not a future thing. It's normal, natural, and it's yours. In the quantum sense, it's already done. When you align with that version of yourself, you stop chasing the desire entirely because energetically, it's already here. From this space, you're no longer trying to attract it. You're allowing it to flow into the present because your energy says, I am this now. Let's walk through this 4-step guide to go from attracting to becoming to a higher self-embodiment. Step 1. Recognize when you're in attracting mode. Notice your thoughts sound like, I can't wait until, or once I have X, then I'll feel Y. Catch the feeling of longing or waiting. That's a signal you're holding the thing outside of yourself. Journal prompt. What stories am I telling myself about why I can't have this yet? Step 2. Let's shift into the becoming mode. Define your future self. Write down how you think, speak, dress, and make decisions if it's already yours to have. Take micro actions, even small daily changes like how you start your morning, what you say, yes or no to, sends a signal to who you're becoming. Your language shift. Replace I want with I am or I choose. Step 3, embody your higher self as already having it now. Meditative connection. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each day visualizing your higher self in the now. Not in the future, but as if it's your current reality. Feel it in your body. Collapse the timeline. Ask yourself throughout the day, if I were my higher self now, what would I do next? Identity lock-in. Make decisions as if you already have what you want, because your higher self doesn't doubt, wait, or negotiate their worth. And last, in step 4, attract from the now. Now attraction isn't about pulling in something distant. It's magnetizing, matching experiences to the vibration you're holding now. Because you're already living in the frequency of your higher self, the opportunities, relationships, and resources that match it naturally start appearing. Keep your energy open and receptive. Your job is to hold the state, not force the outcome. Here are some daily practices for integration. In the morning, take 3 minutes to visualize your higher self already having the life you want. Feel it, see it, breathe it. On your midday check-in, ask, am I thinking and acting from the version of me that already has this? Adjust as needed. And on your evening reflection, journal, how do I embody my higher self today? Where did I slip into wanting or longing? Your higher self is not out there. It's you, without the fear, the old stories, or the limitations. The faster you integrate that version of yourself into your daily reality, the faster your external world has no choice but to catch up. Here's some action steps to take to create your reality. If you're ready to start manifesting consciously, get crystal clear on what you want. Clarity is power. The universe responds to specifics, not vague wishes. Instead of saying, I want more money, define the amount, the source, and how you'll feel once you have it. Instead of, I want a better relationship. Describe the qualities, values, and experiences you want to share. The clearer you are, the easier it is for your mind and energy to align, and for opportunities that match that clarity to find you. Identify and shift your limiting beliefs. Every desire you have will bump up against the old stories you've been carrying, the I'm not ready, and I don't deserve it, or it's too hard for me beliefs. These aren't just harmless thoughts, they're energetic roadblocks. Bring them into the light by journaling them out. Notice when they show up and consistently replace them with the beliefs that support what you're doing. This isn't pretending they don't exist. It's actively rewriting the script you're living from. Align your daily habits with your vision. Manifestation isn't just a mental game. It's a lifestyle shift. If your vision is to be healthy, wealthy, or creatively fulfilled, your daily choices need to match that energy now. That could mean restructuring your mornings, setting boundaries around your time, or investing in learning something new. Your habits are your vote for your reality you're building. Every action is either casting a ballot for an old you or the future you. Take consistent, inspired action. The law of attraction works best when paired with the law of action. This doesn't mean forcing yourself into a hustle mode. It means following the nudges, the synchronicities, and ideas that feel alive and expansive. Send the email, apply for the opportunity, rearrange your space, start the project. Small, consistent steps compound into big shifts, and each one tells the universe, I'm ready. Practice gratitude for what's here now. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good exercise. It's a powerful frequency shifter. When you focus on what's already working, you train your brain to look for more of it, and your energy naturally attracts experiences that match. Spend every day naming at least 3 things you're genuinely thankful for, and let yourself feel the appreciation in your body. This is one of the fastest ways to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Release the attachment to how and when it shows up. Your job is alignment, not micromanagement. When you cling to timelines and obsess over how something will happen, you create resistance. Trust that the universe, your higher self, and the flow of life are arranging the details in ways you can't see. Keep taking aligned action, but stay open to the magic of the unexpected timing and outcomes. Often, what arrives is even better than you've planned. Stories of manifestation done right. I've seen this play out in my life. Times when I got clear, aligned my energy, took the step I could take, and the rest showed up faster than expected. Other times, what came was even better than I had originally imagined. I've also seen the role patient plays. Sometimes the very thing we want is already in motion, but we have to hold that vibration long enough for it to land. Remember, manifestation is always a co-creation between you and the universe. The law of attraction is an active process. Manifestation isn't about sitting back, making a vision board, and waiting for the universe to drop your dream life into your lap. It's about active participation. You're co-creating your reality, which means you have to engage with it daily, setting intentions, making choices that align with your vision, and following through on inspired actions. The energy you put out is matched by what comes back to you. So the more you show up, the more life responds. Energy always precedes matter. Everything becomes energetically before it forms in the physical world. Your thoughts, your emotions, and vibration are like the blueprint, the invisible architecture that shapes what eventually shows up into your reality. This is why tending to your inner state is just as important, if not more important, than the external steps you take. When your energy is clear, focused, and aligned, the material world naturally adjusts to match it. Belief is the foundation of everything you create. You can visualize, affirm, and take action all day long, but deep down, you don't believe something is possible for you. It will be incredibly hard for it to manifest. Belief sets limits, or the possibilities, for what you allow into your life. When you choose to believe what you want is possible, worthy, and available to you now, you open the door for it to come in. Without belief, your energy wavers. With belief, your vision has the stability and the momentum it needs to become real. My hope for this business is that it helps you open your perspective on any given situation. You become more aware, compassionate, and filled with gratitude for the experiences, no matter what emotion you attach to it. You are here for a reason. You are amazing, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let's go on this journey together. If there's a specific topic you would like me to discuss, you can go to the website awakensoul.co and fill out the contact form. Make sure you put the subject line podcast topic. If today's episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who needs a reminder that their story matters. If you made it this far, I see you, and I'm so grateful that you are here. You matter, and I love you. Your energy is your most valuable currency. Invest it like it matters. If today's episode resonated, share it with a friend who's ready to step into their power. And if you haven't already, hit follow so you never miss an episode of the Awakened Soul Co. podcast. Join me next time as we explore raising your vibration, practical and spiritual ways to elevate your energy so you can live in alignment with your highest self.